Hey guys, this is Fred from WP Shout, and today I'm going to talk you through one of our articles on object-oriented programming. The article title is Understanding Class Inheritance, Child and Parent Classes, and Object-Oriented PHP. So this is a really great article that David originally wrote a while ago, back in 2014. We've just reworked it and changed some of the code examples and built it out quite a bit, and I just kind of want to walk you through the basics. So class inheritance means if you have to understand the basics of object-oriented programming, which is OOP, to understand what a class is. Once you know that, the basic insight in class inheritance is that a class could be a child of another class. So a plum and a peach are both kinds of fruit. So you could have a fruit class and a plum class and a peach class, both of which are children of the fruit class. But the example we use is dog, and we basically give a detailed code example that starts with the base class, which is the same thing as saying the parent class, which is dog, which has a color property and a noise level property and a bark method. And then we create two child classes, Catahoula dog and golden retriever dog. And a Catahoula dog, Catahoulas are this breed that's really popular down where I live, which is in New Orleans. And it extends the dog class. That means that, and this is what extends means, this is the whole point of the article, it gets all of the basic properties and methods of dog, but then it adds to it with its own, in this case, property, which is coat patterns, which we've made an array of spots, stripes, and other. There's also, so you can see that the Catahoula dog class, child class, you knew it up just the same way you would knew up a normal class. It has the coat patterns property, but it can also bark. And this is the part that you really have to understand about class inheritance is the child class never had a bark method registered. So how is the Catahoula dog able to bark? It's because the dog parent class has a bark method. So bark is defined for dog. And when you say Catahoula dog extends dog, then Catahoula dog gets all of the properties and methods of dog, including bark. So that's basically the core insight of class inheritance. We give a second child class, golden retriever dog, and it has a floppy ear shape, and it's also got its own method, fetch. And so in the code, in the sort of code example that includes actually instantiating that object, you can see it's got an ear shape property. It's got a fetch method that works. It can still bark, once again, because it's inheriting from its parent class dog. And here's something it doesn't have. It doesn't have a coat patterns property. Why doesn't it have that? It's because our dog Max is a golden retriever. And a golden retriever is a child class of dog, and so is Catahoula dog. They're both child classes of dog, so they're sibling classes. Child classes do not inherit methods or properties from their sibling classes, only from their parent class. So then we talk about why this is useful. It's basically because you can mean more while having to type less and having to repeat yourself less. So if somebody asked you what's a golden retriever, and you had to answer, a golden retriever is a four-legged mammal descended from the gray wolf with social intelligence evolved for pack hunting and all this other stuff. There are lots of types of these domesticated wolf things. And what makes a golden retriever special is that it has floppy ears and golden fur and likes to fetch. That would be really bad. If you were at a party and somebody asked you what a golden retriever is and you gave that answer, even if it was a 4-year-old, which is the kind of person who would ask you what a golden retriever is, they would probably not want to talk to you after this. But number 2 relies on class inheritance. A golden retriever is a dog with floppy ears and golden fur that likes to fetch. And a dog basically encodes all of this meaning, right? And because we can say dog, we don't have to say, oh yeah, there's lots of domesticated wolf things and let me spend 100 words every time telling you what that is, right? So that's why class inheritance is important. And one amazing thing about class inheritance is that if there's a job that you need a generic dog to do, any dog can do the job. You can always send a child class to do that same job. You can always send a golden retriever dog to do it, and nothing will break. Everything will work fine. And that is a coding principle called the Liskov substitution principle. The last thing we do is we give a real-life code example. the WP widget class. The only way to register a widget in WordPress is to create a child class that you name whatever that extends the WP widget class. And we give the details in our full guide to the WordPress widgets API. So that's the article. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the article, and I hope this video guide gives you a good introduction to the material. And I think you're now looking at Infinity, so I'll stop sharing my screen. And thank you for watching.